A thick black column of smoke fills the sky. Another massive blaze fueled by batteries. Another long, exhausting day for local fire crews. Another massive fire, this time in Gdańsk, Poland, sent a thick black cloud of smoke over the city, drawing attention to a growing problem. Large stockpiles of lithium-ion batteries concentrated in a single location. The fire broke out inside a historic train repair hall, but what made this especially dangerous was what was being stored inside. At the time, the building housed right around 1,500 Mevo city bikes, with approximately 1,300 of those bikes being electric. It's also reported that there were over 1,000 spare batteries inside. If you consider the average size of an e-bike battery to be about 500 watt hours, that could mean you have upwards of 1 megawatt hour of energy storage inside that building. That's comparable to one grid-scale battery energy storage container. Thousands of lithium-ion battery cells were inside that building when the fire erupted, leading to explosions and complicating firefighting efforts. More than 150 firefighters responded to the incident, and authorities urged residents to keep their windows closed due to the toxic smoke. It took firefighters over 28 hours to bring this fire under control. On top of that, the overhaul and cleanup process will be difficult, extremely difficult, due to the sheer number of battery cells inside of that building that will need to be disposed of properly. This fire is a perfect example of what can happen when large quantities of lithium-ion batteries are stored together, especially in older buildings that may not be designed to handle the fire risk. On top of that, do these older buildings even have suppression systems? I would be shocked if there actually was one. Thermal runaway can cause the fire to spread rapidly. And while we don't know the exact cause of the fire, situations like this highlight how dangerous it can be when large stockpiles of batteries are concentrated in that single location. Even if the fire didn't start in the batteries, because they're there, that's what causes the problem. Isolation, ventilation, suppression, that's what you really need. And it's not just happening in Poland. Right now, in Akron, Ohio, thousands of electric scooters are being refurbished and sold online. The Ohio company has taken on a project involving nearly 8,000 e-scooters with the goal of refurbishing the scooters and selling them to the public. They're currently being stripped down, repainted, and given new software so they can be resold. The company is doing this to be responsible and repurpose these scooters so they don't end up in the landfill. But the sheer number of lithium-ion batteries in one place, it still raises question about fire risk. This isn't just a theoretical concern. In New York City, the FDNY has been battling a surge of lithium-ion battery fires, many of them tied to e-bikes and e-scooters, a lot of them in e-bike and e-scooter repair shops. In one of these incidents, a very devastating incident, a fire broke out in one of those e-bike repair shops in Chinatown. I already did a video on this. It ended up killing 4 people. They weren't even affected by the fire. It was just the gases coming from the fire. Investigators found that that fire was fueled by a large number of lithium-ion batteries, and they were being stored in the shop, some being damaged, some being modified. These fires burn incredibly hot, spread quickly, and can even reignite after being extinguished. The FDNY has been pushing for stricter regulations, and they have been succeeding, but they've also been looking at bans for uncertified bikes and new storage requirements. But the problem isn't going away anytime soon. The bigger issue is that larger lithium-ion battery-powered devices are everywhere now, and as we transition towards more electric transportation, we're going to see more stockpiles of batteries, whether it's for storage, resale, or recycling. The fire in Poland, that stockpile in Akron, Ohio, and the ongoing problems in New York, they all highlight the same thing. If we don't have proper safety measures in place, we're going to see more of these large-scale fires. So the question is, how do we get ahead of this? Should there be stricter fire codes and regulations for storing large quantities of batteries? Should fire departments have more oversight on these facilities? Let me know what you think in the comments below.